What's going on, everybody? Adam here with eTrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Swagman Current on our 2021 Chevrolet Equinox. If you have electric bikes or fat tire bikes, this, in my opinion, is one of the best options we carry here at eTrailer, just because it comes with all the goodies and has a lot of adjustments to be able to fit all those different types of bikes. We are going to have 60 pounds per bike, so for your electric bikes, if you're unsure if it's going to be over that weight or not, take the battery off and see how much it weighs then, and that is what you're going to be hauling it like, because we do not like to haul with the batteries installed. I really like our wheel cradles. They are made of metal, which is awesome, and they are going to be adjustable. So we have a maximum wheelbase of 50 inches, so just measure from the center bottom of one wheel to the other, and that's going to be your wheelbase. It's always nice to have a little bit of adjustments if you end up bringing the kiddos around or something like that. And also, if you have some nice sweet rims like we do here, it does come with a little cushion, so we don't have to worry about anything getting scratched up. We have a little groove here for our road bikes, but if you do have the fat tire bikes, the cradles will be able to accept tire widths up to 5 inches. We do have the ability to tilt with the bikes installed with this rack. If we have a couple heavy bikes on here, you might want to maybe ask a friend for help, but I can manage it. We have this little lever back here. I'm going to lift up on that, tilt it back, and then we should be able to access our hatch without any interference, which we can. So keep all your gear back here, keep your bikes all installed. If you're on the road and you don't want to take your bikes off in a random town at a random gas station, you don't really have to. All we have to do to get it back into position is just lift it up, and it's going to click in on its own. And now we can get a closer look at the frame hooks. This probably isn't the best for your carbon fiber frame bikes because we're going to put quite a bit of force down on here, but the cool thing about it is we do have locks for each one. So this will be key to like with our lock for our rack, but it's always nice to have these things locked on. So if you are traveling and maybe you're just doing something else and not riding bikes, you don't have to worry about them running off. To take the bike off the rack, I suggest taking these straps off first. We have a little lever here. Press that down, feed it through. We're gonna have one on both the front and the back. There we go. And then with this, I do suggest taking the first one off, just like that. They come completely off, so I would just hang them somewhere so you don't lose them. And then put a hand on your bike, push in, slide up. And it's usually easiest with heavier bikes if you put the center mass down, like that. And then you can grab it directly off the back. With any hitch-mounted accessory, we are going to add a little bit of length to the back of our vehicle. So on our Equinox, from the bumper all the way to the farthest point, it's going to be about 22 inches, but we can break that down a little bit just by lifting up on this lever, folding it up. And that's going to bring it to about 1 foot. It is pretty close to our rear bumper. I can fit about a finger's length in between the bumper and this metal cradle, but there isn't any play, so we aren't going to have anything happening to the back of our bumper. From the center of the hitch pin hole all the way to the end, it's going to be about 19 inches, and at the lowest point of the rack, it's going to be about 8 3/4 inches from the ground. And notice our shank here. This is an 1.25 inch shank, but we have a little sleeve on the inside. That sleeve is going to make it compatible with our 2-inch hitch, but you can take that off and it can also be compatible with an 1.25 inch hitch as well. On the end of our anti-rattle bolt, we do have a locking cord, and that is going to be key to like with our cradle locks up top. What the anti-rattle bolt does is it completely connects the hitch and the shank of the bike rack. And that is really nice just because we're not going to have a whole lot of rattling around, and since it is so close to our rear bumper, we're not going to see any movement with that. If you're looking for more of a sportier rack and you have some heavier bikes, this is going to be my pick for you just because it can fit the fat tire bikes and of course the e-bikes, and it really has a really cool look to it. A lot of metal components, especially the cradles, which I really like, and it comes with all the goodies like an anti-rattle bolt, locks for both your bikes and the rack. Now we're going to go ahead and take it on our test course. First we'll start with the slaloms. This is going to show the side-to-side action. It's kind of going to mimic the movements that you'll see whenever you're driving down the road normally. Now we'll have the alternating speed bumps. This is going to be more so like the uneven roads and some of that uneven terrain you might be traveling on. And now with the fold speed bumps, these are going to be pretty much like normal speed bumps. You get to see the up and down action of the bike rack and see how it holds up. And that just about does it for a look at the Swagman Current on our 2021 Chevrolet Equinox.